friends, our colleagues at work. But there's a select few who decide to make their death meaningful in a different way, in that they donate their body to science. I often wonder what it is about those individuals who are willing to do that. I don't know if there's ever been any study, but we as medical students, physicians, people in the health professionals, learn so much from those individuals. They teach us so much about the human body. They also teach us about life and about ethics. And in some ways, they serve as our first patient, a patient that we develop a very close relationship with, although obviously different than any relationship we would have with other patients. We are deeply indebted to the commitment of those individuals who are the donors. We're committed and thankful to the families who supported their decisions. And we take seriously the respect and the belief that the donors and their families have that we're going to make a difference, that they are going to make a difference in their gift, and we're going to treat them with all the respect that they're due. I spent a little time this week thinking back to my gross anatomy class. So if our students can picture it, it was 1979. I don't think any of you were born. So 1979, we had one day of orientation to medical school, a first day of class, and the second day we're in the gross anatomy lab. And we would spend 3 afternoons a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 2 to 5, doing gross anatomy on the 23rd floor of the Annenberg building in New York City, overlooking Central Park. And overlooking Central Park was very helpful to me because there was a balance to what we were doing. So the beauty of nature and also the seriousness of what we were trying to learn and the incredible gift that these individuals gave to us. The first dissection was the back. And there was 26 cadavers in the room, 26 donors in the room. And we had 5 students who were assigned to each donor. And we began with a dissection of the back. And I had the scalpel in my hand, and I was going to make the first incision. And what I found is that I couldn't do it. And I handed it to my friend Paul Gordon, who's now a family medicine physician out in the Midwest. And Paul made the first incision. And I hesitated, and I didn't totally understand my hesitation. I mean, I was not going to hurt the donor. I was not going to decrease the learning that we were getting, but yet to me it felt like a very abnormal and almost aggressive step that I was taking by making that incision. Years later, I read about a surgeon named Dr. Tom Starzl. Many of you won't know the name, but probably hear about it, especially if you go into surgery, and in particular transplant surgery. Dr. Tom Starzl is the father of liver transplantation. He was at University of Pittsburgh, University of Colorado. And he wrote something about surgery, and people wrote about him that I thought was really interesting. It resonated with me in my initial reaction. And he said that in the thousands of operations he performed since the 1950s, he was terrified each time as he picked up the scalpel, and he was tormented by an intense dislike of surgery's brutal assault on the body. And I thought how amazing that was. Here was the man who was probably one of the most gifted surgeons of the 20th century and was able to do wonders in terms of improving the life of others, either through regular surgery or transplant surgery, but he never lost that humanity, that as he was doing this, he was also inflicting harm in some way by cutting into the human body. So I learned a lot during my anatomy year. Obviously, the wonders of the body, the anatomical differences. I remember being excited seeing the first horseshoe kidney, the intricacies of the brain and what cancer looked like in normal organs and diseased organs. And I learned to live with fear and uncertainty as I was doing this. And you will find that you have a lot of uncertainty as you go through the medical profession. Not everything is clear cut. I grappled with the meaning of life and why somebody would want to donate their body afterwards. I struggled with ethical issues in medicine, learned how to work as a team. We had 5 individuals on our team, and not everyone got along with one another. And we had to figure out how to function effectively. I also developed a profound respect, not only for that person who donated their body, but over time, it made me realize that the profound respect that I have for the patients who come to see us, who put such trust in us that they come into our office and will share with us their deepest, darkest fears, their secrets, their physical problems, their psychological problems. So I truly learned a lot through my anatomy class, and I'm forever grateful to that individual who donated his body back in 1979. So back in 1979 and the early 1980s, we did not have a memorial service like you're having today. And to me, that's one of the advances of medicine. We are more sensitive, more ethical, more appreciative of what society does for us. And so I look forward to today's ceremony, and in particular, I look forward to the reflections of you, the class of 2027.
Hello, my name is Mr. Timothy Alberg. I've had the privilege of working with our M2 class over this last year. Around this time, we find so many things to be grateful for and to give thanks for. Whether it's the company of family and good friends, a special meal with good company, or in this case, a gift so selflessly given. We are all here today to give thanks to the families of the donors and to the donors themselves. We owe them a great showing of gratitude. As we learn from these loaned loved ones, we can almost envision a number of aspects of their life. From the strong hands teaching how to throw a ball, or something a lot more delicate, like enjoying that morning cup of coffee or brewing something as simple as a glass of tea. The smallest muscles that allow emotions to be shown. We can imagine these individuals enjoying all that life has given as they sit around the table, sharing stories, enjoying a meal together with family, reading stories to the grandchildren as they tuck them in at night, and laughing and crying as life supplies sources of elation and sadness. These very same muscles that allowed the laugh lines to sink in over a lifetime are the very same muscles that ultimately show sorrow as their lives draw to a close. But even in that difficult time of passing, they knew that their legacy did not end there. They had a few more lessons to give, a few more things to teach, a few more stories to tell. And this is what led them to give and to be that first patient to our students here, to pass on the stories of their lifetime, a lifetime lived, and to teach those last lessons. To teach and to give training to the next generation of doctors, physicians, and to be the final way that they can give and to grow their legacy, even in their passing. As you have bestowed this irreplaceable gift upon us, we cannot even begin to show our appreciation. As you have taught us, as you have taught our growing future physicians, we're able to have just this small window into your life story. The story that showed your struggles with cancer. The story that showed the time that you had to go have your gallbladder removed. The story that showed the worry when you had to have open heart surgery. The story of your knee replacement so that you could walk without pain. The story when you had to have a pacemaker put in. Thank you for sharing your many life stories with us. We have learned so much, and we are better physicians for it. For all of it, we say thank you. Without your gift, without your giving, we could not learn, we could not grow. And for this, we are eternally grateful.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Arjun Sharma, and I'm a second-year medical student representing Group 1. I want to start by expressing how grateful I am to stand here today, reflecting on an experience that has shaped us all as future physicians. To our donor families, thank you. Your loved one was our first patient in medical school, introducing us to the responsibilities and privileges we hold as medical professionals. Your loved ones served as our silent guides, imparting lessons that go beyond any textbook. They have not only taught us anatomy, but have shown us human kindness, selflessness, and a commitment to the betterment of others. Your loved ones have reminded us to never take for granted the privilege of caring for another person's health. And they have shown us that medicine is as much about compassion as it is about knowledge. This opportunity given by our donors, which was to learn by doing and to question, will help us learn and grow into physicians who listen with compassion, remain inquisitive, and be our patients' strongest advocates. As we transition into a patient-facing setting as third-year medical students, we will always remember what it was like to learn from your loved ones. We understand that it came with great sacrifice. Please know that we all take this very seriously and will continue to carry the memory of your loved ones forward with us. They will always be our first patients, our teachers, and a source of inspiration throughout our careers. As future physicians, we promise to honor their legacy in the way we treat and care for each and every one of our future patients, striving to embody the kindness and generosity that your loved ones have shown. To the families, thank you for supporting this gift. Your generosity has forever changed us, and we promise to carry these lessons with us as future physicians, but more importantly, as human beings. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Smith, and it's my privilege to address all of you here today. As I considered what I might share to pay tribute to our donors, three values that are intrinsically connected kept coming to my mind: honor, sacrifice, and responsibility. And it's on these that I'd like to center my remarks today. Frequently, we hear people use the phrase, "it was my honor," or "I would be honored." But what does that really mean? Broadly speaking, honor refers to a person, an act, or an object that deserves or receives great respect. According to this definition, then, it would seem that honor isn't something we can take for ourselves, rather it must be freely given. In contrast, responsibility can be something we freely choose, or something that is either given or assigned to us. For example, I freely chose to speak to you today and therefore took that responsibility upon myself, as opposed to the inherent responsibility I have as a father to provide for the well-being of my daughter. Lastly, sacrifice. To me, the true meaning of the word sacrifice is to willingly give something up in return for something that holds more value. These sacrifices can be big or small, seen or unseen, but those who make the sacrifice and those who receive the benefits of it are forever changed. Now, why am I talking about these concepts during this service of gratitude? The answer is because they lay at the core of our experience working with your loved ones. For confidentiality reasons, we know very little about the donors we had the privilege of working with. I don't know what their motivations were for becoming donors, but whether they realized it or not, they chose to take upon themselves the responsibility of helping future physicians obtain the knowledge required to serve and heal the people of the world. Because of the responsibility which they took upon themselves, they made a sacrifice. They gave up any personal end-of-life desires in exchange for something they deemed to be of greater value. That is, to facilitate the education of physicians and thereby provide better, more comprehensive health care to everyone those physicians interact with. By sacrificing for us, they have given to us, the students, an immense honor. However, honor is typically given to a person after he or she has performed an act worthy of honor. As I considered how these selfless people could give such honor to medical students they've never met, I came to realize that the honor our donors have given us is not for what we have done, but for what we have the potential to do. They made their sacrifice to bless the people of the world through us, and in so doing have also given us a responsibility equally as great as the honor we've received. As the beneficiaries of such a great sacrifice and the recipients of such immense honor, it is now our responsibility to use the knowledge we have gained to heal the patients we treat. It's our responsibility to sacrifice our selfish pursuits in exchange for improving the quality of life of the individuals in our communities. I can think of no greater demonstration of gratitude than by fulfilling the potential that our donors saw in us. And it's in doing so that we will finally return to them the honor they so freely gave. Their legacy will live on in the hearts of each one of us, both students and loved ones. On behalf of all the students, I express our heartfelt gratitude to both our donors and their families. May we give honor to our donors for their great sacrifice, by choosing to take upon us the responsibility to live as selflessly as they did. And may God bless our donors and you, their loved ones. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla, and I'm a second-year medical student from Group 3. As I thought about what I wanted to say at today's ceremony, I remembered back to sitting in an anatomy lecture and learning about the hand. I was fascinated by all the different muscles, bones, and nerves that make the hand do its movements possible. It amazed me how all these structures work together to do the tasks that they were built to do. However, it wasn't until I entered the anatomy lab that I was truly in awe of the intricacies and complexities of the human body. Working directly with the nerves and muscles in front of me taught me things that I could have never learned from a lecture. But it wasn't just the actions of these muscles and the pathways of the vessels that captured my interest. Repeatedly, I found myself thinking more about what had these hands done in the past, the tasks they had accomplished, the other hands they held, the meals that they had prepared, and the good that they contributed to the world. As I reflect back, I wish I had the opportunity to shake this hand and truly meet and thank the person that has taught me so much. Although I will never meet them, I find comfort in knowing that the gift they have provided me gives a glimpse of the type of person that they were. I am forever grateful for their generosity and the profound impact that they had on my education. I'd like to share this poem, which reflects the immense gratitude we feel for their contribution. This poem is called The Gift of Knowing You by Angelica Valadas. I will never know the steps you have taken, but you taught me the lever mechanics of how to take a step. I will never know who or whom you nourished, but you taught me the organs that sustained you. I will never know the love that filled your heart, but you taught me the chambers of your heart that once flowed with the blood of life. I will never know those moments that took your breath away, but you taught me what it means to take a breath. I will never know the feelings of your friendly embrace, but you taught me the muscles and bones of yourself with open arms. I will never know the thoughts and memories that shaped your life, but you taught me the anatomical foundations of what it means to be alive. But in all those things that I will never know, you have taught me humility, altruism, and a higher respect for human life. I will never know your face or name, and yet I have still met you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Meg, and this is Madison, and we are second-year medical students honored to represent Group 4. We know that we will never be able to fully express our gratitude for the incredibly selfless gift that you have given us, but we hope these words will share some of our appreciation. Thank you for your gift, for your willingness to contribute to the next generation of medical professionals and our personal education. Although we did not know who you are, we were able to learn from your eyes that you saw the world with, your arms which you hugged your loved ones, and your hands that you created with. We are so grateful to have learned from you, which will undoubtedly shape us as better healthcare professionals.
We would now like to read an excerpt from the poem When Great Trees Fall by Maya Angelou to express our sincere appreciation for you and the lasting impact your life and gift will have on us. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly and always, irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses, restored, never to be the same, whisper to us, they existed, they existed. We can be, and be better, for they existed. Your memory will continue on as each of us will think of you when we move through our medical careers, and we will forever cherish this gift of you. We sincerely thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Bree Navarro and I'm a second year medical student representing Group 5. Today we gather to honor the extraordinary individuals who through their generosity and selflessness have gifted us the most profound and intimate opportunity for learning. Their decision for science is a testament to their courage, altruism, and belief in the power of education to improve lives. As students, we embarked on this journey to understand the human body, but what we gained was far greater than knowledge of anatomy alone. We were reminded of the individuality and humanity of each person. These individuals became our first teachers, guiding us not only with their physical form, but also with the silent lesson of humility, sacrifice, and interconnectedness of our shared humanity. On behalf of my fellow students, I want to express our deepest gratitude. Their legacy lives on in us, shaping the doctors and caregivers we are becoming. We promise to carry their lessons forward with respect and compassion for every patient we meet. To the families of these individuals, please know that their gift will always be remembered and honored. They have left a profound mark on our lives and the lives of countless others who will benefit from the knowledge we've gained. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, again. My name is Meg, and I'm a second-year medical student, and I'll be presenting the poem, When Giving is All We Have by Alberto Rios. One river gives its journey to the next. We give because someone gave to us. We give because nobody gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. We have been better for it. We have been wounded by it. Giving has many faces. It is loud and quiet, big though small, diamond in wood nails. Its story is old, the plot worn and the pages too. But we read this book anyway, over and again. Giving is, first and every time, hand to hand, mine to yours, yours to mine. You gave me blue, and I gave you yellow. Together, we are simple green. You gave me what you did not have, and I gave you what I had to give. Together, we made something greater from the difference. Thank you. I'd now like to welcome the ultrasounds, our college